Peace, family. I wish to correct and clarify an earlier video I did because there must not be any mistakes. There will be mistakes made, but we need to clear them up when we make them. I made a video on the bombs that were sent in the mail to several prominent Democrats all over the country. Robert De Niro, the Obamas, the Clintons, Debbie Wasserman, and Maxine Waters, and several others. And I didn't really go in depth as I should have. People couldn't hear me because the audio was fucked up. I'm gonna start doing videos straight and then upload them to YouTube. It's all right. I don't have good service, you know. Sue me. I used to follow Alex Jones. I used to follow him on the regular. Okay. And I agreed with him on, and I still do agree with him on a lot of things, such as, you know, basically pollution, bisphenol A and fluoride and endocrine disruptors and all that kind of stuff. You know, I believe these things are legitimate threats, and I think that we should be concerned about these issues as they affect us all. You know they say that when you tell a lie, you gotta have a little truth in it. Yeah, you got it. I'll admit that the left has, in some ways, made a mockery of Alex Jones, when I think in many ways we have much in common with libertarians, as well as with people like Alex Jones. You know, pollution is a big issue, and you would think the left would be the main ones to recognize that, to recognize what corporate power really is, the threat corporate power is to all of us and all of our families. So, you know, maybe we are responsible for making him go so far right. Because Alex Jones was against the Iraq war. He said 9/11 was a job. He lost a lot of money behind that. And I respected him for that. I did. I respect a man that sticks by his guns and speaks the truth. And then hold it down that truth. I will always respect that. You know, not this wishy-washy, you know, oh, well, this and that. I don't like that. Like Farrakhan said, that be willing to speak that truth and then be willing to die on it. Getting off subject. He was talking about NYPD, the response to the bombs, and he was mocking them. And I thought that was fucked up. Not the biggest cop supporter out here. Not the biggest cop supporter on YouTube, that's for sure. Those cops didn't know what those bombs were composed of. And they were like, oh, well, you know, they didn't have plutonium in it. And I'm just like, dude, how do you know what's in those bombs, first of all? Well, they didn't have to have the bomb truck. They didn't have to have the helicopter and blocking off Manhattan. And I'm just like, now Alex Jones sounds just like the liberals that he for so long has mocked. Remember? Conservatives are like, well, let the police do their job. You know, whenever we question police shootings, let them do their job. But now you're mocking the police. I think the cops, they took their procedures and right steps to ensure there will be no loss of life, there will be no damage to property. I said it before. How do you know those cops were the first squad? New York is a big place. It's a big fucking place. The cops that showed up there, they might have known some things about bombs and stuff, you know, ESU, but you know, they're not up there. You know, I was listening to Alex Jones, and I'm thinking to myself, he sounded like he was like, well, they might have took off a finger. And he was like, I'm like, dude, so what? He gonna just go up, snatch the bomb up, and throw it in the back of a pickup truck and drive down Broadway with it rattling in the back. That's how he sounded. I mean, I'm just like, dude, you sound like a joke. You sound ridiculous. You know what I mean? New York is those are high population areas. You want to render that bomb safe, and you want to get it out of there as soon as you possibly can. That's what you're trying to do. You're not trying to do this cowboy. And I drive trucks. I've done this for the last couple years of my life. And Alex Jones reminds me of these, I won't use that word, these truck drivers that have this cowboy mentality of, can't nobody hurt me, and I can't be hurt, I'm invincible. Just this cowboy arrogance and just anybody that wears a jacket or whatever, you're soft, you're weak for taking precautions. And it's just that the millennials, the people coming up, that ain't the kind of world that they want. Like, we want to be safe, okay? Alex Jones, that whole little discourse reminded me of these white guys that we see on these videos on YouTube that'll go march down the main street of some town somewhere with a fucking rifle strapped across their back or a shotgun in it. And I'm just like, and you have like mass shooters shooting people up that same day, that same week, and they're walking in some park somewhere with their kids. And when the police like, sir, I don't have to tell you, it's my right. I'm a white male. It's my constitutional right. You can't tell me. And I'm just like, and the cops are just they're so nice. They're so pleasant. We know if a black man even thought about doing it, they would have shot you full of so many holes, they'd have made you Swiss cheese. Nicknamed you Swiss cheese on the news. And these white men, it's my right. We got black people being shot left and right in their homes, running away from the cops for misdemeanor warrants, getting shot dead. And then the cops lie about listen, let me explain something to you. We're not mad just because of police shootings. Okay, white folks, let me clarify that. I, myself, get irritated when they know it's a bad shoot. They cover it up, cops lie on the stand, they test the lie, it comes out, and they still defend it. That's what pisses us off as black people. That even once you know a crime has been committed, you still attempt to defend, to lie, to placate the official story, placate the people. I can't accept that. I won't. Okay. I don't want to get off of the Van Dyke case. Here you had a city try to cover the crime up for over a year. Then you had cops go on the stand and lie about it. Tell blatantly, we were in fear for our life. It's like 5 or 6 cops there. Taser officers 30 seconds away. He's walking away from you. Dude, this is a bad shoot. You guys fucked up. You murdered the guy, man. You had no reason to. The only way you would think that was a good shoot is if you think like a soldier and not as a peace officer. There's people out here right now who are not mentally well. They're not mentally well. And they might be doing things that you and I don't like. It doesn't give us the right to shoot them in the back 16 fucking times when they're walking away from us and backup's on the way. You could have walked with them. You could have used the cars as cover. You could have used, there's a lot of things you didn't have to shoot the guy. And then you had the video I seen on Vice. Even after they knew the cops were lying, the FOP, Fraternal Order of Police, still defended it. Oh, he's a criminal. He didn't have to do this. So because he done this, that makes it okay for you to do that? Wow. When I was growing up, I was taught police supposed to be better than the people. They're supposed to hold themselves in a higher esteem. I guess that went out the window, didn't it? I guess you guys aren't better. You are thugs. I'm getting back on the subject, y'all. Alex Jones just comes from that whole aura of just this cowboy, strongman, macho, nationalistic bullcrap that nobody wants and nobody supports. Even the intelligentsia out here doesn't want that. We know it's ridiculous. It's a joke. You know what I mean? It's a complete joke. Complete and utter. And there's other stories he's done where he tells lies about stuff, where he leaves stuff out, and you look at it and you're like, dude, that's not what happened. You know, he feeds off this white anger, this white frustration. Getting off subject, back on subject. But like I said, NYPD performed admirably. I've said it before. These bombs, I believe, very clearly might have been a test. I've looked at a lot of these computer viruses. What do you call it? The worms and Trojan horses and all this kind of stuff. And these white guys will spend all this time to build these bombs, to build these computer viruses. And they don't even get anything from them. They're not like identity theft viruses. They're just viruses that fuck your computer up. And when they find out, when they ask them why, they're like, well, I just did it to show people that we could get in their computer, to show them their vulnerabilities. It's like, dude, so you spent all this time just to basically high-tech scare people. Like, dude, that's ridiculous. You spent all this time just to scare people. Like, dude, that's nuts, man. Like, really, that's nuts. It's not right, but I would understand if you did it for a crime. You're just doing it to scare. That's like me coming up in your house and leaving a note saying I was here. I don't steal nothing. Like, you risk getting bit by a dog, getting shot. I mean, you risk so many things just to basically tell me you could do this. That's like these white men are. They get off on that. They get off on the chaos. They get off on danger. They get off on, chaos and controversy. They get off on it. I had a trainer years ago. He used to listen to Howard Stern at night. And I all he listened to Howard Stern was country football. Howard Stern and cowboy football. College football. And he would be this Christian boy from Alabama. And I'm like, I asked him one day, so why do you listen to Howard Stern? He told me he listened to Howard Stern because it would make him angry and it would fuel him and he could drive further. So this man's spending money out of his own pocket just to listen to something that angers him, but that powers him. That ain't me, baby. My world is a world of peace. I want knowledge. I want to go into deep space, undersea projects, and life extension technologies. That's me. I want peace. I want peace. And I got that from Alex Jones, what I just said. But that's how I feel. I want peace about me. I want to seek out knowledge, and then I want to build a world after that knowledge. Not living in a world of chaos, and I'm angry, and I'm running around here. No. Getting back on subject. So this bomber, this other guy that done the shooting at the synagogue. There's another shooting I heard about in Kentucky where 2 black people were killed outside of a Kroger. And then the guy tried to go up into a church, I believe. The church had already let out. It had like 80 people in there earlier that day. So that could have been a really tragic incident. We could have had a second Charleston church shooting. This is a very dangerous time. And people like Alex Jones are out here trying to downplay white obstructionism. That's what I call this, by the way. Just calling police on black people for going into their apartments, calling police on black people for selling, bottles of water. I call it white obstructionism. That's what I call it. Because there's nothing new about it. Keeping you from doing what you need to be doing. Making you feel like you don't belong here. Whatever you do, you're committing a crime. I seen something one time. One was recording a white woman. She was cussing people out, yelling at people. And the white woman said, "Your son stole it. I know you didn't buy that." And she pulled her phone out. I mean, you're a goddamn beast. Why are you fucking with these people? I mean, I have never had anybody walk up on me and try to record me, but I probably make a joke out of it. I'd be like, "Hey, give him a good side, y'all. Oh, give him the other side. Oh, I'm not ready for my close-up yet." I done made it. You know what I mean? I'm going to clown them. I ain't going to get mad about it. I'm not going to do anything. I don't care about you. You know what I mean? I don't care about you recording. I don't. care nothing about that. You have that right. I never understood police that get recorded and they leave the scene and come follow somebody. And it's like, dude, you're putting yourself in danger because the suspect can now get your gun. The suspect can, that isn't the photographer doing that. That's you. You're not doing your job. Getting off subject. But like I said, Alex Jones, he's a joke. He functions and feeds off of white anger and white frustration. It's ridiculous. And instead of us following him or listening to him ran on about how, oh, well, you know, you protest too much, the mayor of New York, for standing to the National, I think he stood to the National Guard in response to those bombings. So you protest too much. No, dude, he done the right thing. There have been bombings in New York before. There have been bombs set. There was a bomb set years ago, the FLAN, the Puerto Ricans or whatever. And I think the bomb squad guy tried to put it out. It blew up in his face. He got hurt real bad for that. You know, you got a lot of terrorist groups in New York. You got a lot of groups in New York. There was a movie years ago about a white man's group in Washington, D.C. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like right down the road from the White House. I mean, there's a lot of terrorist groups in these cities. A lot of them. You know, and there's been a lot of threats made against PD in the last couple of years. So NYPD, they did the right thing. They took proper steps to ensure there was no loss of life. Like I said, that's the future we all want. You know, when Alex Jones was talking about, oh, well, it might blow off a finger. I don't want to lose no fingers. I don't think them cops want to lose any fingers on the eye. You know what I mean? We don't want to lose no fingers. Remember the Unabomber? He sent off a bunch of bombs. Hey, and most of the Unabomber's bombs didn't go off in the beginning, if I remember correctly. A lot of them didn't go off. I think somebody did die later on. There were he sent out a lot of bombs back in the 80s, I believe. He was a professor or something, you know? So my point I'm trying to make to you is, them cops didn't know. This could have been Unabomber 2.0, you know, part 2 or something. You don't know. He was just sending them in the mail to like universities and shit. That was a little different than this guy. Why is it so hard? I was on InfoWars, and they were talking about the bomber, and they were like, you know, they're trying to make it into a conspiracy theory. That's what they do. Oh, well, the guy, he had a apartment address. Why would he be living in his van? I told him, I said, I have a cousin. He's got family. We're not poor. He's got family. He can live with them. He chooses to live homeless. He chooses to live on the streets, to hang out with homeless people, to smoke weed. He'll get a little job here and there, make a little bit of money, you know, like them little temporary jobs like I did, little temp jobs. And they'll go spend the money and get them some weed and go get high. You have a lot of folks out here like that. You can call them. And see, that's what these kind of conservatives don't understand, is that everybody don't think like them. The whole world don't think like them. And that's fine. We don't have to think like you. They just think everybody thinks the way they do, and if you don't think the way they do, then something's wrong with you. It's the world, that's not the way it is. You know, I have a cousin like that. That's the way he wants to be. It's his business. You know, not washing it. You know, being filthy all the time. And everywhere he goes, bringing lice and fleas and all. It's disgusting, man. It's embarrassing. My aunt's embarrassed to have him over. It's embarrassing. Trying to take over your house and stuff. This guy might have been like that. He was disorganized. I'm going to tell you something. I look at that guy, and everything I read about him, like the InfoWars little